Most individuals give up, not because they are broken, but because they become too comfortable. They stop when they feel tired or when boredom sets in. The reality is, success is indifferent to your feelings. It responds solely to one factor: whether you show up when your mind urges you to quit. That is the moment you must drive yourself to keep going, and it's at that point the transformation starts. In just a few moments, you will discover exactly how to override resistance, quiet your excuses, and train your mind to be unstoppable. If you are weary of starting anew, it's time to learn how to finish. The choice to persist is pivotal. You're currently at a crossroads in your life. Before you lie two paths, one that leads back to comfort, security, and all that is familiar, while the other ventures into the unknown, toward dreams yet to be realized, goals yet to be accomplished, and a version of yourself that has yet to emerge. I understand the allure of retreating. The way back is lined with familiarity and filled with voices urging you to remain where it is safe. They will tell you to avoid risks, to be realistic, and to play it safe. Yet growth does not reside there. It exists down the road ahead, a road brimming with challenges, lessons, and sometimes pain. However, it is also the journey of potential, progress, and greatness. Every person you've ever looked up to stood precisely where you are right now. They were not devoid of fear. They were not filled with certainty. They were simply willing to embrace failure, willing to walk a solitary path, willing to move forward in the face of fear. Abraham Lincoln's journey to greatness wasn't linear. It was fraught with numerous setbacks in business, elections, and personal life. He faced loss in jobs, loved ones, and elections repeatedly. Time and again he was told no, but he chose not to let these setbacks define him. He kept pressing forward, and that single decision to persist shaped the future of a nation. Lincoln was not alone. Behind every successful individual lies a history of hardships. Authors who faced multiple rejections before their books were published, entrepreneurs who faced bankruptcy before building empires, and athletes who toiled in silence long before their talents were recognized. Knew their identity. What differentiates them isn't mere luck or brilliance. It's the choice to persevere. You must make that same commitment now. Decide that regardless of the challenges you encounter, you will not give up. No matter how loud your mind pleads for you to retreat, you'll keep moving forward, step by step, because the road ahead, while steep and unpredictable, leads to the life you crave. Growth doesn't come from bypassing the challenges, it comes from facing them head on. You build resilience by confronting discomfort, by accepting rejection, and by getting back up each time you're knocked down. Pain isn't your foe, it's your coach. It dismantles your vulnerabilities and strengthens your inner power. This moment is yours. This is where your transformation starts. Not in ease, but in adversity. Not in security, but in challenge. Decide right now that you're finished settling for less. Recognize that you're deserving of more, that your aspirations are valid, that your ambitions are not too great, and that you are not too broken. What the world lacks are individuals who step up, not those who hide. You have the opportunity to rise, to advance in spite of your fears, to abandon the life that no longer fulfills you, and to embrace one that demands more, yet offers infinitely greater rewards in return. So take that step, even with trembling knees, even with a shaky voice, even if you're the sole believer in your own potential at this moment. Take that step because right now is where everything transforms. It's essential to define your purpose with clarity. To keep pushing forward, you need to understand precisely why you are moving ahead. Not vaguely, not someday, not maybe, but with certainty and depth. Your purpose is the energy that propels your journey. It's what motivates you when all else feels burdensome. When the world suggests you halt, purpose softly urges you to carry on. Without it, even minor hurdles become insurmountable. But when your purpose ignites, you can traverse fire and emerge even more resilient. Purpose converts suffering into advancement. It imbues sacrifice with significance. Transforms adversity into advancement. Without a compelling why, the journey may overwhelm you. This same path, however, can shape you. Martin Luther King Jr. did not march through crowds, deliver powerful speeches, and confront animosity because it was convenient. He did so because he had a deep understanding of his beliefs and a clear vision of his destination. His aspiration for equality wasn't a mere desire, it was a mission. Every utterance he made and every stride he took were driven by an unwavering sense of purpose that inspired millions, igniting a fire in the hearts of others. Purpose is infectious. When someone walks with certainty, it captures attention, draws in listeners, and inspires followers. You possess that same potential, but first, you need to clarify your purpose. Pose these reflective questions. What ignites my passion? What issue weighs heavily on my heart? What legacy do I wish to leave? What impact do I aspire to have in this world? Let your answers be genuine and raw. Avoid settling for ambiguous aspirations or adopting dreams that aren't your own. Be truthful, be precise, and once you discover your answer, document it. Write it down, not just in your mind, but on paper, on your walls, in your journal, or anywhere it will frequently remind you. Read it when fatigue sets in, recite it when fear looms, and revisit it during moments of doubt. Purpose isn't a fleeting spark, it's a lasting flame you must continuously nurture. When the going gets tough, your purpose will propel you forward. It will remind you of your beginnings and serve as your guiding compass when you feel disoriented, your anchor amidst tumultuous times. This journey isn't just fueled by motivation. Motivation wanes, but purpose persists. Motivation can be loud yet short-lived, while purpose is quiet yet eternal. Define it, nurture it, and protect it. Your purpose transcends mere words. It's your guiding star, the reason your story holds significance, the rationale for the life granted to you. It isn't found in comfort, but rather in the moments when you question everything yet choose to persist. Within you lies greatness, but it won't surface until your purpose is illuminated. Only then will your journey gain true meaning. Only then will your actions harmonize with destiny. The world doesn't require more individuals merely passing through life. It needs those who are ignited by purpose, those who understand the reasons behind their awakening, their struggles, and their determination to persevere. Therefore, pose the important questions, delve into your soul, uncover your truth, and once you discover it, hold on tightly. Let your purpose guide you onward, step by step, day by day, until the life of your dreams transitions into your lived reality. Establish tangible goals and milestones. These targets provide your vision with a framework. Without them, even the boldest aspirations can fade away amidst daily distractions. A dream lacking direction resembles a ship without a compass, adrift, lost, and ultimately forgotten. However, by setting clear, actionable goals, you give your dream a backbone, a structure, a pathway. You start transforming possibility into certainty. Goals are not merely wishes scribbled down. They represent commitments to yourself, affirmations that you will not entrust your future to chance, that you will not be passive and hope for the best. Instead, you will take action, you will construct, you will ascend. History illustrates what can become feasible when vision is combined with precision. The moon landing wasn't a singular leap, but rather a journey initiated with a vision and actualized through specific, measurable steps. Every calculation, every test, every mission represented a goal, and collectively, these objectives formed the link from Earth to the moon. That same power resides within you. Start today, not tomorrow, not waiting for ideal circumstances, but now. Write your goals down, not just in your mind, but on paper, on your wall, in your journal. Make them tangible and visible. Reject vague aspirations or abstract desires. Be specific about what you want, when you desire it, and why it holds significance. Your goals should challenge you, propel you forward, and stay strongly connected to your purpose. With clarity and direction, you'll begin to visualize the pathway, taking action with intent. Break your larger vision into manageable milestones, definitive checkpoints that keep you grounded and focused. Each milestone you accomplish reinforces trust in yourself. Begin to realize that progress is not instant. It unfolds gradually, step by step, decision by decision. Each minor triumph is important. Celebrate it. Let it remind you that you are not stagnant. You are advancing. You are evolving. This is the essence of transformation, not through giant leaps, but through small steps, not through chaos, but through order. When your objectives are defined, your actions naturally align. You cease to wander and start constructing. You stop merely reacting and begin to lead. There will be times when your ambition seems out of reach and the burden of your efforts feels overwhelming. In those moments, your goals will rescue you. They pull you back into focus, reminding you of your initial motivation, providing a stable foundation. This journey isn't about achieving perfection. It's about being dedicated, consistently showing up day after day, step after step, until your reality mirrors your aspirations. Dream big without fail, but ground that dream in daily actions. Start modestly, be relentless, and refuse to give in. Because when your aspirations steer your path, your dreams transition from mere wishes to tangible destinations. With each goal you set, each milestone you achieve, and every step you take bringing that dream closer to fruition. So start today. Select one goal, one action, one step, and embark on the journey that will transform your vision into reality. Stay committed despite the naysayers. Every pursuit, every bold ambition comes a time when outside voices begin to rise. Some may merely murmur their doubts, while others may loudly express their disbelief. The tone varies, but the underlying message remains constant: skepticism. This doubt often stems not from malice, but from fear of the unknown, the untried, the unconventional. Yet it is this very uncertainty, this unconventional journey, that leads to true greatness. The reality is that criticism and skepticism can hinder even the staunchest ambitions, but only if you allow them to. Galileo Galilei, the father of modern science, dared to challenge the prevailing beliefs of his era. He peered through a telescope and discovered a universe that did not revolve around the Earth. His findings posed a threat to the established understanding, leading to his condemnation and silencing. Cast aside by those too afraid to face the truth, yet his vision has persisted. Centuries later, his name continues to shine, while those who criticized him have faded into obscurity. Albert Einstein faced intense opposition. His groundbreaking ideas challenged the very essence of physics and dismantled the boundaries of conventional thought. Initially ridiculed, his theories eventually earned their rightful reverence, but he stood firm, placing trust in his intellectual clarity over the clamor of his detractors. Today, society honors not those who derided him, but the brilliance that irrevocably changed the landscape of science. From these stories, we glean a crucial lesson. The judgments of others often mirror their own limitations, not your potential. When individuals express doubt about your journey, it is typically because they lack the vision you possess. Their perspectives are limited by their own experiences, while yours extends beyond those confines. Surrendering your dreams to their skepticism means sacrificing boundless possibilities in favor of limited fears. Therefore, it is essential to cultivate the discernment to differentiate between constructive feedback and debilitating criticism. One sharpens your skills, while the other aims to diminish your spirit. Welcome the former. Allow it to refine your abilities, bolster your determination, and unveil blind spots yet to be recognized. Conversely, dismiss the latter as inconsequential, like dust carried by the wind, for it seeks not your growth, but your capitulation. Standing firm amidst criticism is one of the highest demonstrations of courage. It is effortless to maintain your composure when the audience cheers for you, but persevering in the face of laughter, continuing to build amidst mockery, and holding on to your beliefs when faced with doubt, that is the hallmark of the resolute and the hallmark of the visionary. Let their skepticism serve as the backdrop for your relentless drive. Let their disbelief ignite your inner passion. In time, your achievements will quell their dissent, your progress will address their doubts, and your success will echo your resilience. Remember, No significant change has ever unfolded without facing resistance, and no revolutionary concept has traversed the world unchallenged. But the transformation of the world doesn't occur simply because individuals embrace new ideas. It happens because someone is brave enough to endure rejection. You must be that individual steadfast in your vision. Carry it not as if it's a delicate wish, but like a revered flame. Protect it from the gales of skepticism and nourish it with the air of conviction. One day, those who doubted your journey may no longer remember their doubts, but the world will recall your name, the one who remained steadfast, the one who stood their ground, the one who turned opposition into admiration. That is your strength, and it surpasses any critic's assertions. Continually adjust and develop in your quest for success. You might have pictured the path as a straight, clear, and uncomplicated road, but life seldom behaves this way. It presents twists, turns, and challenges unexpectedly. In those crucial moments, life rewards not the inflexible, but the versatile. It rewards you only if you embrace adaptability. Flexibility is not a luxury, it's a necessity. It empowers you to prosper when others stumble, when markets fluctuate, when plans crumble, and as relationships change. You must change too. What was effective yesterday might become outdated tomorrow. So, reflect on this. Will you adapt, or will you be left behind? Dwight D. Eisenhower, the 34th President of the United States, was more than just a military general. He was a visionary leader with an insight into the importance of strategic adaptability. During his presidency, Mr. Eisenhower confronted a world that was swiftly evolving, marked by the Cold War, nuclear tensions, social upheaval, and shifting economic alliances. Rather than depend solely on military strength or partisan beliefs, he embraced a balanced and pragmatic leadership style. Eisenhower initiated the construction of the interstate highway system not just as a matter of infrastructure, but as a crucial component of national defense. He expanded Social Security and sustained New Deal initiatives while carefully managing the federal budget, maintaining a delicate balance between advancement and stability. The challenge of McCarthyism he treaded carefully, opting to uphold democratic values while avoiding further division. Eisenhower's brilliance was not rooted in inflexibility, but rather in his capacity to adjust policies according to the evolving needs of America. You too must embrace this fluidity, to bend without yielding, to remain in motion when the world attempts to immobilize you. Cultivate a mindset of unlearning and relearning, continuously pursue knowledge and broaden your skills. Do not cling to methods that have outlived their usefulness. When a strategy falters, view it not as a dead end, but as a cue to change direction. Your principles serve as your anchor, yet your approach must remain adaptable. There is no wisdom in charging headlong into an obstacle when you could simply navigate around it. True strength lies in knowing when to pivot, when to adjust, and when to reposition your approach. Many confuse stubbornness for resilience, proudly wearing their refusal to change as a badge of honor. But you understand better. Adaptability is a sign of intelligence. It conveys, I refuse to be tied to outdated ways. My commitment is to the outcome, not to obsolete methods. Keep your focus sharp, but also stay flexible. The winds of life will shift and fresh challenges will emerge. Let your sails adjust and your mindset evolve. Life won't stop to accommodate you. It will keep moving, and your only option is to either move with it or risk being left behind. Do not shy away from change. Embrace it. Step confidently into the unknown, aware that your adaptability is your strength. This quality will distinguish you in a world that is in constant flux. Survival is not reserved for the strongest. It is for those like you who are open to transformation. If you master this skill, you will not merely endure, you will shape the future. Life's challenges will not break you. Rather, you will transform them into opportunities. Lastly, cultivate an unwavering self-belief. This belief is the foundation of success. Without it, every step forward may feel uncertain, and every challenge appears more daunting. Then it appears without it, doubt seeps in, hindering progress and transforming potential into regret. Yet with self-confidence, you attain an unwavering stance. You act with purpose, you communicate with certainty, and you respond without second-guessing. Challenges won't vanish, but rather than breaking you, they will reinforce your resilience. Muhammad Ali famously proclaimed, "I am the greatest." To many it seemed boastful, but for those who grasped its essence, it represented clarity, strength, and a man who recognized long before others that greatness first resides in the mind. He wasn't naturally the greatest. He forged that title through belief. That conviction became both his shield in the ring and his grounding force outside it. In every setback, every battle, through every tempest, his unwavering confidence remained intact. You must cultivate a similar mindset, not a fleeting bravado, but a profound, steadfast belief in who you are and what you are capable of achieving. This foundation of belief starts with your language. Your mind listens and internalizes everything you articulate about yourself. If you speak of fear, it will amplify. If you affirm strength, it will flourish. Thus proclaim your power daily and consistently. Tell yourself, "I am capable, I am deserving, I am growing stronger with each passing day." This isn't mere pretense, it's a reflection of your journey. Repetition shapes strength and truth, and as you affirm your value, your mind begins to accept it. But don't just stop there. Validate it through your actions. Reflect on your past. Recall the challenges you've overcome, the times you felt defeated yet persevered, and the moments you thought you'd falter yet stand here today. Every triumph, regardless of its size, serves as evidence, proof that you possess what you need, proof that you are mightier than you realize. Gather and cherish these instances. Allow them to serve as the bedrock of your confidence. Then embody that belief in your actions. Stand tall, shoulders back, and eyes ahead. Communicate as though every word holds significance and act as if success is already within grasp. Because when you carry yourself as if you believe, the world begins to respond. Doors will open and opportunities will materialize. Because of chance, but rather because self-confidence alters reality. You're not sitting around waiting for approval. You're not seeking permission. You're asserting what already resides within you. Every icon you look up to began here, not with cheers, not solely with skill, but with unwavering belief, calm and resolute. This isn't about ego or illusion. It's a truth expressed before it becomes visible. You will encounter doubt. You will falter, but your belief should remain intact, not due to perfection, but owing to your perseverance. Therefore, condition your mind, nurture its strength, and deprive it of doubt. Surround yourself with words, individuals, and actions that affirm who you are becoming. Speak your triumphs into being, and when fear arises, confront it with the flame of your belief. The world cannot halt someone who is determined to persist, someone who believes profoundly in their purpose, potential, and power to the extent that nothing can unbalance them. Become that person, cultivate that belief, and observe how the world aligns itself with you. Leverage the power of resilience. Life has an uncanny way of testing every bit of our strength. It doesn't seek our permission before unleashing storms, it simply does. In these moments, it isn't the easiest route that shapes our destiny, but the inner strength we summon during our darkest hours. This strength, my friend, is resilience. It's the unseen force that lifts a person up when others think they'll remain down. It's the quiet resolve in the heart that encourages one to try again while failure screams to give up. History offers numerous examples, but one that stands firm is Thomas Edison. Just picture the countless attempts he made, most of which appeared fruitless. The world may have mocked, critics might have scoffed, and even close friends could have suggested giving up entirely. Yet Mr. Edison remained unmoved. He didn't see each unsuccessful attempt as a loss, but rather as a lesson, famously stating, "I haven't failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." These weren't just mere words. They were the rallying cries of an individual who realized that every setback was merely a disguised opportunity for advancement. What Mr. Edison demonstrated was not mere stubbornness. It encompassed a philosophy of tenacity. He did not bemoan the darkness. Instead, he actively sought the light. He did not detest the struggle. He embraced it as the forge that shapes greatness. This is the wisdom that life imparts through such figures, to view challenges not as impediments, but as essential passages. Difficulties are not forms of punishment, they serve as preparation. Every trial, every letdown, every instance of despair serves to mold us, meticulously carving away the unnecessary to reveal the warrior that lies within. Therefore, when fatigue sets in, when your aspirations seem remote, and when the burden of the world feels suffocating, pause, but do not withdraw. Instead, remind yourself that this pain signifies not an ending, but the dawn of your growth. The mental muscles, the spirit's fortitude, and the heart's bravery are all cultivated through adversity. You refine your abilities not in moments of comfort, but amidst the challenges that test you. Wisdom isn't bestowed during joyous times, it is earned through the soul's grappling with difficulties. You must start to anticipate resistance and, crucially, value it, for this is what builds resilience. It is through stumbling that we learn to rise, and it is in rising time and time again that we become unyielding. Understand that resilience isn't synonymous with perfection. It doesn't imply an unblemished path or a history devoid of defeat. Rather, it embodies the bravery to rise each time you fall. It signifies a choice for hope over despair, effort over indifference, and faith over fear. The resilient individual does not wait for life to smoothen out. He grows stronger precisely because of the challenges. So let the world push you to your limits. Let it hurl obstacles your way, because every time you emerge from the ashes, you do not return unchanged. You come back wiser, stronger, and more equipped. This is the hidden truth. Every setback is a setup for your next success. Rise repeatedly until the act of rising becomes second nature to you, and nothing, absolutely nothing, can deter you. Even life itself can keep you down for an extended period. Control your mindset. Your mindset shapes your future. This isn't just an inspirational saying, it's a fundamental reality. Each thought you nurture, every belief you hold, and all perspectives you adopt serve as the lens through which you perceive the world, ultimately guiding the path you follow. If that lens is clouded with negativity, self-doubt, and limitations, every opportunity will seem like a threat, and every setback will feel insurmountable. Conversely, if that lens shines with optimism, resilience, and a belief in growth, then even the darkest roads can begin to illuminate with possibility. Picture your mind as a garden where your thoughts serve as seeds, and the mindset you embody, whether positive or negative, is the soil nurturing those seeds. One cannot expect to harvest roses from soil imbued with bitterness and fear, but if you sow seeds of courage, gratitude, determination, and hope in rich, fertile soil, the flowers of your future will flourish with beauty and strength. You wield complete control over the seeds you plant, as that power resides in your choice of thoughts. You are not merely at the mercy of your circumstances, you are the gardener, deciding what thrives in your life's field. It all begins with awareness. Recognize when negative self-talk sneaks in. Statements like, "I can't do this, this always happens to me," or "I'm not good enough" are not facts. They are patterns, habits of the mind that, like all habits, can be broken. Each time you catch yourself planting a weed, uproot it and replace it with a seed of possibility. Begin affirming, "I can and I will." Embrace the notion that challenges are your teachers. Assert that even if you stumble, you will rise stronger. With repetition, these thoughts morph into beliefs, and those beliefs lay the foundation for your actions. Reflect upon the lives of those who have attained greatness. What distinguishes them is not sheer luck or a lack of struggles, but rather their mindset. They have conditioned their minds to view adversity as an opportunity for growth, failure as a source of feedback, and uncertainty as a stepping stone toward progress. Transformations of everyday actions. It's the cumulative effect of persistent efforts that leads to remarkable outcomes. Each moment you choose to take action, even in a small way, contributes to the overall progress toward your goals. Keep in mind that perfection should not be the precursor to action. Instead, embrace the learning that comes from the journey. As you move forward, you'll find that each step propels you closer to your ultimate destination. The important thing is to remain steadfast in your pursuit, allowing the rhythm of progress to form from your daily choices. In time, all these seemingly minor actions accumulate into significant achievements, shaping not only your reality, but also the future you are striving to create. Ideas without action are meaningless. You might possess the most incredible vision, the most meticulous plan, or the most uplifting dream, but if you don't take steps forward, if you never act, it all fades into insignificance. The world favors not those who solely think, daydream, or intend. It favors those who take action, those who wake up each day with not just intent in their hearts, but also deeds in their hands. The greatest tragedy in life isn't failure, it's the regret of not having tried. It's the silence of an unwritten story, the absence of a melody never sung, the void of an enterprise never started. Dreams aren't dismantled by critics nor worn away by time. They are silently buried under layers of procrastination and fear. You must grasp that success is for the doers, the ones who move forward in spite of their fears, their uncertainties, and against all odds. The initial step is rarely flawless. It may be awkward, it may be small, but it is crucial. It is the defining factor that distinguishes potential from progress. Your vision's strength hinges on your readiness to take that first step. Remember, you don't need to see the complete staircase to start your ascent. You don't have to have everything lined up before you take a step. Begin with what you possess. Do what you can, and start from where you are. The instant you take action, you generate momentum, and momentum is a force that surpasses inspiration. Action generates more action. Movement leads to more movement. A single small step leads to another, and before long, the path starts to unfold before you. Action fosters confidence. With every task you finish, regardless of its size, you reaffirm to your mind that you are capable. You condition your spirit to overcome resistance, showing your fear that it doesn't have command over you. Each step becomes a brick placed in the structure of your success, and as you become more active, so do your feelings of confidence. Not because everything gets easier, but because you grow stronger. It is not the sporadic surge of energy that transforms your life. It is the ongoing, intentional effort you put forth daily. Greatness is not discovered in grand actions. It resides in the consistent, purposeful efforts made, hidden in the quiet, persistent pursuit of a goal, taking one action at a time. What you repeatedly do shapes who you become, so take decisive action. Stop waiting for the ideal moment. It doesn't exist. Conditions will never be perfect, and time will never pause long enough for you to feel completely prepared. Yet readiness is not a prerequisite for taking action. Commitment is. Boldness and belief are the driving forces behind action. Your success story doesn't start when others place their faith in you. It begins the moment you trust yourself enough to take that first step, and it strengthens with each stride you make. If you stumble, get back up. If you fail, learn from it. If you experience doubt, push forward anyway, for nothing transforms until you make a change. No dream can thrive unless you breathe life into it. Keep this vital truth in mind. Your future hinges entirely on what you decide to do today. Not tomorrow, not someday, but today. The choices you make, the tasks you finish, and the steps you undertake in this moment will shape the reality you will inhabit tomorrow. So take that initial step, make that call, write that page, start that project, embark on that journey. And once you've started, don't stop. Keep moving, keep building, keep taking action. Ultimately, it's not the ideas you had that define your legacy, but the actions you chose to take.